guys, how's it going? It's me, Megan, and I am back with another video. If you guys are new to my channel, I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark and a few other platforms, but mostly Poshmark. And here on YouTube, I like to make reseller content. I'll do soul videos like this, I'll do unboxings, I'll do all that good stuff. So if that is something you guys are interested in, please make sure to like and subscribe, and that way you'll never miss one of my videos. So I am sorry, I have been so MIA. I know I haven't made a video in maybe a month, maybe even a little bit longer, since I think before Thanksgiving, so I do apologize. I knew I was going to be busy around the holiday time, but I fully planned on making videos. It just got a little bit too much, so I took a little bit of a break, but I am back. I actually just got back a week ago from spending a week in Connecticut with my family, so I've kind of had my closet on and off vacation mode since I've been there, since Thanksgiving, like in between that, and then this next coming week of Christmas, me and my husband are actually driving down to San Diego. So it's been a lot of traveling, but I really hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. If you celebrated, great holiday season and all that good stuff, great sales, hopefully. I know my sales were kind of iffy, especially near the end of November, like right before Thanksgiving, and then especially right after Thanksgiving, actually, I would say. And I know some people think maybe it's a mixture of it being like the holiday season and people don't want to spend or, you know, shop secondhand for gifts. And a lot of people thinking it's because of the live shows that Poshmark has now. I don't know. I'd love to know your opinions, what you think could be causing slower sales, one or the other, both. I don't know. I personally could not see myself shopping a live sale. I don't know. I feel like I haven't been to one or really seen one happen, but I feel like you need to be so quick in buying something and making last second decisions. And I don't know. I don't see how that appeals to people, but I know it does. I know they're very successful. I've heard all about them, not just from Poshmark, but from Whatnot before that. I've never done one. I don't really think I will. Time will tell, but I don't have any plans on trying it. But let me know if you guys do them or if you've like been to one and what you guys think about them. Yeah, I think they're interesting for sure. I always get, the one thing I will say I get mad about, I think the app's kind of fixed itself since then, but when it first launched and for like a month afterwards, every time I'd like open my Poshmark app, I don't even have to click on a live show. A live show just would start. And then every time I'd close out, like my phone would start like talking, like it wouldn't even be on, and it's because like a live show was just going on, and I don't know how that was happening. Like I wasn't clicking on them, so I don't know if it was a bug or if they like wanted it to seem like more people were going into the live shows and sort of forcing people into them, but that was pretty annoying. It hasn't happened recently, but it used to happen like all the time, and that was so frustrating. But yeah. I'm going to be going over my sales from the second half of November. I know it's almost the end of December, but I didn't get to cover these sales. And like I said, the whole like first week of December, I had my closet on vacation mode. I was in Connecticut. I did have one sale on Depop, but luckily they don't really have like a time frame on shipping things, I don't think. I just let the buyer know it was going to take a few days for me to ship it out. And they were nice about that. But I'm gonna share the second half of November sales today, and then my next What Sold Sunday, if I can speak, is going to be probably everything I sold in December, because I mean, luckily it's picked up this last week, but otherwise not very many sales. Next year is gonna be very interesting to see the trajectory of my business, but I am excited to sort of, you know, kind of just start new. It'll be my first year being a full-time reseller. I only recently switched once we moved to the Bay Area in, what was it, September? So it's been hard getting like my footing here, but now that I kind of know more about like where I'm sourcing and everything, I think I'll just start with a better plan next month. Fingers crossed. Okay. So I am just gonna get into my sales because I don't want this video to be super long. I don't know how many sales I had, but I'll start on November 12th and I'll go through the 30th. So that's a good, like, I don't even know, 2.5 weeks of sales with some no sale days in between. And I did want to start off by saying that I did make a sale on the RealReal that I just wanted to update you guys about, because Some of you guys might remember the piece, and you guys wanted me to keep you updated on it. It actually sold December 7th, which is not November, but I did want to mention it. And the buyer can still return it. I haven't got paid out for it yet, but I did want to just like, again, update you guys. I got this really gorgeous mink coat at the bins in Portland, like right before I left. I think it was probably my last bins trip in Portland. And I was kind of going back and forth about it. It was in perfect condition. I didn't really know anything about selling fur jackets, if it's even legal or if they're worth anything. Comps were all over the place on every site. So, and the brand wasn't really like anything, wasn't coming up with anything. But then I looked on the RealReal and I saw that they did sell them, and they sold them for like a good amount of money if they sell. So I sent mine into the RealReal. I think they originally marked it at like $800. It sold on a 30% discount and I got 60% of it. I didn't write down the exact numbers, but I think it should be on the screen, or I'll put it on the screen. It sold for like $600 and something, and I made like $340 something. Again, they could still return it and I won't get paid out for it. I'll update you guys again once I get paid out for it, which will be like halfway through January. But for those interested, yeah. I would, if I find a mink coat at the bins again, I would definitely pick it up if it's in good condition, or fur coat, and send it into the RealReal because the cost isn't that much, one. And two, it did sell, and yeah, that was really exciting. It was probably my best, the RealReal sale. And then ever since I made that sale, every week or like twice a week, I get a text and a call from the RealReal asking me to send them more stuff. So I do have some stuff to send them, but I'm just sort of not ready to do that yet. Maybe next month. But anyway, okay. So I'm gonna start with November 12th. I sold two things. I sold this Fashion Nova short sleeve crop top. Got at the bins, just kind of like the style. It ended up selling on Mercari for $13, and then after fees I made $10.82. And then the other piece was a Madewell calf hair loafer. Loafers are still super hot and trendy. I actually just recently got a Madewell / J. Crew shoebox from, I want to say Helpsy Source is the brand that I got the mystery box from. And it was pretty good. I did receive a pair of Madewell loafers in a great size, great condition that I'm really excited about selling. They're getting a ton of attention. So loafers are still really trendy. I love finding Madewell like trendy leather shoes. So I am excited about that. These I picked up at a Plato's Closet for, I want to say, maybe like $13, $15. They sold for $80 on Mercari, and then after fees I made $69.18. And that Plato's Closet is actually kind of a little bit far away from me, and it wasn't very good, so I don't know if I'll go back there. I do follow them on Instagram, so if they have sales or anything, I'll see that. But otherwise, I don't know. It didn't have the best stuff. All right, and then on the 13th, I actually had no sales. Then November 14th, I had two sales. I sold this new tag, Naudry, I think is the brand. It was a bracelet. It was from a flip lot. I did have a ton of flip sales on here. Again, Flip is an app where you can have other people sell your clothes, or you can sell other people's clothes on commission. So whatever I sell it for, a portion of it goes back to, I want to say buyer or seller, but the person whose stuff it was originally. So yeah, it sold for $15 on Poshmark. After fees, I made $12, and then after flip consignment fees, I made $3.75. Then I sold this J. Crew off-the-shoulder blouse. Really cute. I actually got this in my most recent THREDUP bulk box, which at this point was like 6-7 months ago, so it's been a long time. But I really like the style. Luckily I found a model photo for it because it is kind of a funky top. It ended up selling for $26.10 on eBay, and then after fees I made $18.02. And a quick little sidebar is that I actually deleted everything off of my eBay and my eBay store. I still have my profile, and I'll probably list stuff on there in the future, but I actually had a really negative experience with their customer service. And it was like the first time I had to deal with their customer service, and they were so rude and so like not listening to me and kind of like telling me one thing and then being like, oh no, you're like not gonna get the refund, a bunch of stuff. It was bad and it made me like really upset, and honestly made me just kind of want to like give up on reselling completely. And eBay's always kind of been like a stressful site for me to use. I've never fully like grasped the concept of eBay, and I just recently started paying for a store on there, so I was like, I don't want to pay for something where I'm not being treated fairly by the customer service, the people that, you know, I'm paying for, I guess. So I just deleted all my stuff. They refunded me because I canceled my like store subscription, I guess. So yeah, I might talk about it more in my next video because I only canceled it at the very end of November. So December on, I won't have any eBay sales, but yeah, just wanted to let you know. So then on the 15th, I had one sale. It was a pair of Princess Polly trousers. Princess Polly's like a fast fashion brand, but they make cute and trendy things. I don't really source it because it is kind of priced up everywhere I go. But this came in a flip lot. They were really cute, really trendy. They sold for $28 on Poshmark. After fees, I made $19.72, and then after flip fees, I made $5.72. Then I sold this Vans skeleton hand long sleeve shirt. It just had a bunch of skeleton hands on it holding roses. I got this at Plato's Closet in Portland, or a Buffalo Exchange, I want to say, in Portland a long time ago. I think I got it for $1 on one of their sale days. Took a long time to sell, I think like a year, because I want to say I tried to sell it around Halloween last time and it got a lot of attention, but no one bought it. So then this year, I actually sold it after Halloween, but it sold for $13, and then after fees, I made $10.05. Then Thursday, the 17th, I sold one thing again, a pair of Madewell skinny gray jeans. I want to say I got these at the bins, but honestly, I don't remember. I don't remember the last time I even picked up or bought Madewell skinny jeans, especially in a color that's not blue. So these might have come from like a THREDUP rescue box or something. They only ended up selling for $24, and then after fees, I made $17.48. I really stick away from Madewell skinny jeans specifically. Other brands, if they're nice enough, like Mother or maybe even a Goldie, AYR, those jeans, if they're skinny, I'll still consider picking them up if I think they're cute enough, because people still do wear skinny jeans, just not as much as they used to. So especially with Madewell, when it's targeted towards more of a younger audience, I'm just trying to stick away from their skinny jeans, especially because they are also just so saturated in the market. So I'm not surprised those didn't sell for very much. And then Friday the 18th, I had two sales. This Listicle mini dress. Listicle, I don't really know much about this brand, but this is the second time I've sold it. It actually gets a ton of attention, which is kind of funny. I think it's just like an online brand of some sort. This came from a flip lot. It sold for $20. After Poshmark fees, I made $16. And then after flip fees, I made $6. And then I sold another flip piece, which was a Torrid mineral wash tank top. Some of the pieces in flip lots I don't expect to make very much money off of, but it's kind of nice to just have stuff to like fill my closet, like bulk up my closet. And also there might be things in that lot that I do want to sell, so I kind of just have to sell the less expensive things to sort of get to those. But anyway, it sold for $12. After Poshmark fees, I made $7.33, and then after flip fees, I made $1.33. All right, and then Saturday the 19th, I actually had a really great sales day. I sold 7 items, which is a lot for me to sell in one day. I sold this Zara midi polka dot dress. I picked this up, probably shouldn't have, just like at a Goodwill where dresses are like $10. Zara, unless it's like a blogger fave or just like a really trendy style, I usually stick away from it. But I did love this dress. I don't know what it is about polka dots, but I've been obsessed. But yeah, I really just like the way this dress looked. It was like one of those classic slip dresses. It only ended up selling for $30, and after fees I made $24, and again, I spent $9.99 on that. Then I sold this Columbia girls puffer jacket, kind of like a longer puffer jacket. I got this at the bins in Portland. Took a little while to sell, but you know, it's winter now, so that makes sense. It ended up selling for $40, and then after fees I made $32. Then I sold A vintage Disneyland Pirates of the Caribbean tank top. I got this at the bins in Portland too, I want to say. I think I had it listed just a little too high, so it's taken a little while to sell, but it was pretty cool. It was kind of like Hawaiian, and I just love Disneyland stuff, especially vintage Disneyland stuff. It ended up selling for $30, and then after fees I made $24. Then I sold this Mountain Hardwear down jacket. This was from a flip lot. I loved this jacket. I thought it was gorgeous. It didn't have a hood, and I kept getting comments on it being like, does this have a hood? Does this have a hood? Does this have a hood? And even though I've answered everyone, no, it doesn't have a hood. Nope, still does not have a hood. People just kept asking me. And I get it. It's like this nice puffer jacket. You'd think, of course it has a hood, but it did not. Mountain Hardwear, I kind of stick away from now. I used to pick it up a lot more, like even their sweaters or like crew necks and stuff like that I'd pick up, but now, I don't know, it just doesn't do as well. End up selling for $80 on Poshmark. After fees I made $64, and then after flip consignment fees I made $24. Then I sold this new tag Woolrich plaid scarf, also from a flip lot. Sold for $20. After Poshmark fees I made $16, and after flip consignment fees I made $6. Woolrich also I don't pick up as much as I used to. There are, I think, better wool brands that people like more, like Smart Wool or Icebreaker, if you can find them. Those just seem to sell better and for more money. And Ibex as well. They make nice wool pieces. Then I sold this Anthro moth knit sweater. This actually sold really quickly after I bought it. I bought it at like a local thrift store to me, and I want to say I kind of paid up for it. Then I realized it was kind of saturated on Poshmark after. I want to say I probably spent like $11 on it, which is high even for that thrift store I go to. But my cost of goods now at these thrift stores is at least like $10 average, which is hard. Definitely was a lot lower when I was in Portland, especially because I was able to offset it at the bins all the time. But it is what it is. I sold it for $40, and then after fees I made $32. And then the last thing I sold was a pair of Lululemon crop leggings. Crop leggings just don't do as well as the full length ones, but these sold for $27, and after fees I made $21.60. And then on Sunday the 20th, I only had one sale. It was a pair of We Wore What wide leg jeans. I'd never sold this brand before. I want to say it was started by an influencer or something. I want to say, I'm not sure. I think it's an online brand. Not to be confused with Who What Wear, which is a Target brand. We Wore What is like a little bit more of an expensive brand, and these were trendier jeans. I actually got these at the bins, and I was really excited because I'd never found this brand before, and I did just want to try it. I don't know if everything would do well for them, but this was, again, a trendier pair of jeans. They ended up selling for $58, and then after fees, I made $44.68. All right, and then on November 21st, I had two sales. I sold this vintage crochet vest. I've actually had this for a long time. I don't remember what I paid for it, but I actually got it kind of around the pandemic times, I want to say. Probably in 2020 in San Diego. Sold for $30, and after fees I made $24. Then I sold this vintage Drindle dress. It's like a German type dress as a Drindle, but I kind of used some keywords like Oktoberfest, but then also like Bridgerton, because people really like that show Bridgerton, and they have this Bridgerton experience where people dress up and they go, and it kind of just gave me those vibes. It would just be a really good, like, you know, dress up dress. There were some stains. It wasn't perfect, but it was pretty cute and really cool. Ended up selling for $36 on Poshmark, and after fees I made $28.80, and I got that at the bins. Then on the 22nd, I had 4 sales. I sold another thing from a flip lot, a pair of Zara jeans that had like pearl details on like the cuffs at the bottom. They were pretty cute. I probably wouldn't have picked them up, but I had them, so I was going to sell them. They ended up selling for $20 on Poshmark. After fees, I made $16, and then after flip consignment fees, I made $5. Then I sold a pair of Everlane straight leg crop jeans. These I did get at a Goodwill, and the jeans, I want to say, are also like $9.99. I was kind of going back and forth on them because they were white, which is just like a harder sell in general, especially this time of the year. But they were getting a good amount of attention, which is great. Sometimes my Everlane jeans actually don't do that well. They ended up selling for $40, and after fees I made $32. Then I sold a Topshop vegan leather mini skirt. I've had this skirt forever. I really thought it would sell quicker. It's kind of just like one of those cute, trendy little like faux leather skirts. It was more like a vinyl than a faux leather. But I got it at a Play-Doh, not Play-Doh's, I keep saying Play-Doh's. Was it a Play-Doh's? Maybe it was a Play-Doh's. I don't even remember. I got it at, I think, a Play-Doh's Closet in Portland during one of their things where they're just like trying to get rid of stuff. So it was like $1. So I picked it up, took forever to sell, sold for $10. Then after fees, I made $7.05. And then I sold this really cool Beetles and Ship. It was like a collab with this brand Ships. Beetle and Ships knit sweater. It's a Japanese brand, and I actually found this at a local thrift store when I was in Portland. It's called the Cat Thrift Store. I love it if you're in the area. It's in like Beaverton. I highly recommend checking them out. I found some really great designer stuff there in the past, and they always have like a cute little cat up for adoption. So I would definitely recommend checking them out and supporting them. But it was the coolest sweater. My husband loves the Beatles. If you've been watching me for a while, you might remember that. And I really wanted it for him, but unfortunately it was like, I think it said it was a size large, but it was Japanese large, so it's more like a medium, and it was gonna be too small on him, but it was so cool. And not very many listed online. I decided to list it high, and it ended up selling for $70, and after fees I made $56, and I want to say I might have paid like $10 or $11 for that. Then on the 23rd, I had 2 sales. Another flip sale, Marc by Marc Jacobs messenger bag. Pretty cute, had that cool like quilted logo that they do. Ended up selling for $47 on Poshmark. After fees, I made $34.92. Then after flip fees, I made $13.77. Then I sold a Dutch Bros Christmas sweater that I actually found at the bins, and it was my second time finding this exact sweater at the bins. Found it once years ago in Portland, I think pretty early on. And I gave it to my husband, so we'd have a fun Christmas sweater. And then I found it again when I got here, I think maybe on like my second trip to the bins, and I thought that was hilarious. But it sold pretty well, sold for $30 on Poshmark, and after fees I made $24. Then on the 24th, I had 6 sales. I sold a pair of Levi's tapered jeans. I've had these for a while. These came in a THREDUP denim rescue box. I really liked them. I thought they had a great model photo and everything, but I think Levi's are just really saturated in the market, so I've been having a harder time selling them in any of the styles. But they end up selling for $36. After fees on Poshmark, I made $27.08. Then I sold this Avec Les Fies skirt. That is totally butchering that name. I know it's French, but this brand, I picked up this skirt so long ago. I picked up this skirt and a dress, and I was hunting for this brand because people were talking like so well about it. Like, it sells for so much, it sells so quickly. No, I disagree. I would never pick up this brand, even at the bins. I've been having such a hard time selling this skirt. I can't sell that other dress for the life of me. It was a cute skirt, and we all know skirts don't sell super well, even though I always pick them up. But I just have not had good luck with this brand. But the skirt, after probably 2 years, ended up selling for $16, and after fees, I made $12.80. Then I sold this Zara, kind of like Victorian style blouse. I got this at the bins. I just kind of like the way it looked. It ended up selling for $20, and after fees, I made $16. Then I had another Levi sale. It was a men's pair of 505 jeans. This was from a flip lot. They sent me a bunch of men's Levi's, and I was just kind of interested to see how they'd sell because I haven't even picked up Levi's in such a long time. But I think out of the 3, I think I've already sold 2. So that's not too bad. But these sold for $25. After Poshmark fees, I made $20, and I forgot to write it down, but I imagine after flip fees, I probably made like $8, maybe. Then I sold this White by Vera Wang gown. I got this at the bins, and I've kind of been sitting on it for a while. I think it was an older style, but I just loved the back of it, the way it kind of like was like an open back with a bow. I got this in Portland. So again, I've been sitting on it for a while, but it ended up selling for $40 on Poshmark, and after fees, I made $30.28. then I had my last eBay sale that I've ever had. It was a Lover and Friends sweater dress. I thought this was really cute. This was actually my first time finding this brand and selling it. I got it at, I want to say it's a thrift store, but it might be a consignment store kind of near where I am. I ran in there one day and they had like 10 minutes. They were just like, we're closing soon. I was like, oh no. But on the first rack, I kind of like looked through, I found this dress and I think they only wanted maybe 12, maybe 15 for it. No, I can't even remember. But it was really great for the season, sweater dresses and everything. Cute model photo. And I've heard good things about this brand. It ended up selling for $50 on eBay, and after fees I made $46.93. Then on Friday, the 25th of November, I had one sale. It was a flip lot sale. It was a Reese, like the brand Reese. It was a long, really pretty coat. It ended up selling for $120. After Poshmark fees I made $96, and then after flip consignment fees I made $30. So these numbers might seem a little crazy, like what I actually end up making after I sell something. But I did kind of, when I was applying for these lots, I didn't put my commission up high enough. That is my bad. It's been a long time since I sold flip lots. And I really just needed inventory to list, and I didn't want to risk losing the lots I really wanted because I need to offset how much I'm paying for the stuff around here. So I'm fine with it, but moving on with my flip lots, I would just, you know, do a higher commission towards myself so I make a little bit more money. All right, and then Saturday, the 26th of November, I had 3 sales. Another flip sale, a pair of Kate Spade sunglasses that were real beat up, but they still got a ton of attention. They ended up selling for $36. After Poshmark fees, I made $27.08, and then after flip fees, I made $9.08. Then I sold a Nike Rally short sleeve tee that I got at the bins in Portland. It sold for $15, and after fees I made $12.56. Sat on that for a long time. Then I had another Mercari sale, an American Eagle and Young Money collab long sleeve, which Young Money is Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is a rapper. And I just really liked the way that this looked. I got it at the bins, and it was just a kind of cute graphic long sleeve. Sold for $15, took a while to sell, so it wasn't anything special, but sold for $15 on Mercari, and after fees I made $12.56. Then on Sunday, November 27th, I had 2 sales, a pair of Spanx pull-on skinny jeans. I got these at a Goodwill, so I spent about $10 on them, but they did sell pretty quickly. I sold for $45, and then after fees I made $34.28. Then I had another flip sale, a Robert Graham button-up. Robert Graham I've heard great things about, but I've actually never found it myself. They kind of make, I mean, I'm sure they make a bunch of men's clothes, but they make these button-ups where the cuffs are like a contrasting print. And I think, you know, the prettier the print, the more money you get for them. I think this is just an older style, but I got these in flip lots. I got like 2 or 3 shirts. This one sold for $36. After Poshmark fees, I made $26.12. And again, I didn't write it down, but I imagine after fees, I made like $11. All right, almost done. 3 more days. So Monday, the 28th of November, I had 2 sales. I sold this Finders Keepers 2-piece set. Again, a flip lot piece. I've never found or sold Finders Keepers before, but I've heard good things about it. I do think this 2-piece set was just kind of a little bit older, so, and it was kind of interesting. It was like a crop pant with like a paper bag style waist, so it wasn't like the cutest, trendiest thing, but it did end up selling. It sold for $38. After Poshmark fees, I made $30.40, and then after fees, again, I probably made like $11. Then I sold these Madewell high-rise slim boy jeans. I got these at a Goodwill, so spent about $10 on them. I like to pick up Madewell jeans that are pretty much anything but skinny jeans, like the boyfriend jeans, the straight, the slim straights, anything like that. I'd say their wide leg, like more interesting jeans probably do the best, but I will pick up the other ones because I can always usually get between $40 and $50 for them, which is nice. These sold for $43, and after fees I made $31.72. Then I sold this Vince long line wool alpaca cardigan. I actually got this at a Savers. There's a Savers like almost 30 minutes away from me, so I go occasionally. The prices are actually almost worse than the Goodwills by me. On some occasions I end up spending more, so it's not always worth it, but I have found some good stuff, so I do go back. I find a lot of fake Rothy's there though, but now I'm kind of like, are they fake? I don't know, but I don't want to risk it. But I got this Vince cardigan there, and it actually sold pretty quickly. It sold for $70 on Poshmark, and after fees I made $56, and I want to say I spent maybe like $12 on it. Then I had another flip lot sale. It was a new tag polo Ralph Lauren sweater, men's sweater. Sold for $27 on Mercari. After fees I made $23.02. And after flip consignment fees, I didn't write it down again, but I probably made like $10. Then on Wednesday I had 2 sales. I sold these Imogen and Willie skinny jeans, which Imogen and Willie, very expensive, really great for resell, but I got this pair of jeans maybe 2, maybe 3 years ago in a denim rescue box. I was so excited, but they were a size 23, and these are the stiffest pair of jeans I've ever come across. And I just could not sell them for the life of me. Eventually someone offered me $30 and I accepted, and after fees I made $24. And then the last thing I sold in November was from a flip lot. It was a new tag Seek the Label skirt, which I got in a flip lot, but these skirts were very saturated. I think there was some sort of liquidation thing. I remember a lot of mystery boxes, I can't remember from what company, had this brand, all new tag, and I think a bunch of people kind of just bought them, and yeah, they're just really saturated. Luckily this skirt did sell, and it did sell for $20, which I was actually kind of impressed by. But after fees after Poshmark fees I made $16, and then after flip consignment fees I made $6. So just glad that sold. But yeah, I'm actually, you know, pretty pleasantly surprised by those numbers. I thought I had a couple more big sales in there to share with you guys, but not quite. I do have some bigger sales in December, kind of, that I've sold this far. Mostly since I've been back home. But yeah, I have already filmed a couple of videos that I will, fingers crossed, edit and get out to you guys this week. Pretty much everything I got in Connecticut when I was thrifting there, and also that mystery box with the Madewell J. Crew shoes that I purchased. Really hope I can get that out to you guys this week, so you guys have some more videos to watch besides just my What Sold Sundays, even though I'm pretty sure most people just like to watch these videos, which is totally fine. I understand there are videos I like to watch and videos I don't like to watch, but I like to give you guys variety. But yeah, I hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing holiday season. Again, I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving if you celebrate that sort of thing. And yeah, I'm really excited to sort of kind of get this year over with and start a brand new one, you know, just fresh and everything. And yeah, I'd love to know how your guys' sourcing and selling is going. Are things up? Are things down? The last time I kind of heard from people was, again, near like the end of November, that sales were just bad. But yeah, I'd love to hear it from you guys, and I hope you guys have a great time sourcing and selling this week, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye!